Early bird. Contract. Sean? Early bird.
Right now, we have white products at the Lord Church.
Welcome, everyone. We have committee meetings for Monday, April 5th. Excuse me, Wednesday, April 5th. It's a Monday. We do have Mike Ryan and Laura Churchill on Zoom. And I had a request tonight before we start our committee meetings to have an executive session for contract negotiations. Mike, do you want to make a motion for that?
Yeah, I'll make that motion to go to executive second session.
Or second, all in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Okay, we're gonna go into exec session. What I'll do is I'll have the board members, Warren and Sean, go over to the office room. We'll hammer that out real quick and then we'll be back.
I forgot which second there.
All right, thank you, everyone. I need a motion to come back into or out of executive session into regular.
I'll make that motion.
All in favor? Anybody opposed to that? Thank you. We will move to our special economic development and tourism committee meeting. That's scheduled tonight.
Ready? Okay, I'd like to open the Special Economic Development Committee meeting at 6:30 PM. We have one proposed action item, and I've had a request from Joe Izzo to speak to this.
Back here. Mr. Chairman.
Right, thank you.
Good evening. I'll be really short.
3 minutes, Joe.
I'll be really short. Thanks, Pat. Thank you, Madam Chairman. I just recently noticed, as I looked at your agenda, that this resolution in support of the IDA's Athens Gen pilot was coming to this body. And just for your information, I spoke at the public hearing in the town of Athens last week. My comments are on YouTube if you would like to look at them. But I'm here to ask you not to pass this resolution. You are starting to go down a path of indentured slavery in this county by allowing the IDA to pass another 20-year pilot. You are putting the town of Athens, the Catskill School District, and Greene County in a situation where there will be 40 years of a pilot, resulting in the loss of probably $185 million in tax revenue, both to all three entities. And the reason I'm mainly opposed to this is because it will set a precedent. It will set a precedent for the IDA to do doubling down on all the projects that they may want to fund. Well, it's 10 years. Well, now maybe we'll give them another 10 years, or it's 20 years, and maybe we'll give them another 20 years. Pilots are only there to help a company stabilize itself, get revenue, and then come off the pilot and become a full tax partner in the county. The county's not affected as much as the school district is in the town of Athens. So I ask you, I implore you, do not allow a precedent to be set for a 40-year tax pilot. And in my opinion, looking at laws that support the IDA, they do not have the legal authority to extend that pilot for another 20 years. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thanks, Joe.
Legislator Blumer would like to say a few words.
At the vote.
Pardon?
At the vote.
Okay, at the vote.
Linda,
All right.
Linda, do we know is like Walmart and places like that, they had their pilot extended?
Don't
John, do
know.
you know that?
I don't believe so.
No.
This is a,
Did they have one to start with?
Walmart just,
I don't know that. Walmart precedes my.
Yeah.
Walmart just got a reduction in they filed a tax accessory case with the town and got a reduction in their.
So they're beyond pilot.
Yeah.
Beyond, they never asked for a pilot.
Yeah, I don't think they did.
Okay. Thank you.
Answer your question, Mike?
Yes.
Okay, we have one proposed action item. That's resolution in support of the proposed pilot agreement by and between Greene County IDA, GCIDA, and NAGC LLC.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Motion from Hewlich and seconded by Handel.
And I can just say one thing?
Yep.
Quick. I do not believe that we have the authority to approve or deny a pilot. That is up to the IDA.
That's correct.
But it is, this is a resolution that we can do to either support or not support that resolution. So I just wanted to clarify that was what I would say.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
Madam Chair, I'd like to go with a comment, if I may. I've struggled with this, and that's why I'm asking for this. This is a little unusual. This is probably a minor issue for Greene County, but it's a major issue for the town of Athens. And I have listened intently to people arguing both sides, and in all of those cases, these are people who I respect and I acknowledge as being far more learned and wise than I. And my takeaway from that is my suspicion is that if the pilot goes forward, it would be a positive benefit for all parties. However, I've also discovered a huge, a significant volume of the people of Athens who are disagreeing with that. Even though I personally think that it's the best way to go, as their legislator, I feel I am bound to honor their concerns. And with that, I have to make a reluctant no.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. We did.
That's it.
Yeah. Okay. Motion to adjourn.
Handle.
Second.
Like?
And we'll do it.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. We are adjourned.
Going to open up Health Services Committee meeting at 6:37 this evening. Several resolutions here. One, authorizing agreement between the Greene County Community Services Board and the Hudson Valley National Center for Veteran Reintegration.
Bloomer,
Hobart, Bloomer, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried. Approving agreement with UPSEU, United Public Service Employees Union regarding nurses.
Davis.
Lucas, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Authorizing agreement, Greene County Public Health and New York State Department of Health Immunization Action Plan, IAP, contract number C-38445 GG.
Davis.
Davis and Hobart, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried. Authorizing agreement, Greene County Public Health and SUNY Polytechnic Institute. Hobart. Handel. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried. Accepting minutes, Medical Professional Advisory Committee Utilization Review Committee, July, August, and September, Q3 of 2022.
Davis.
Davis and Hobart, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried. Planning member, Community Services Board, I'd like to make that motion. Second by Hobart, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That is carried. Is there anything else to come before Health Services? We do have Laura. Laura, did you have anything you'd like to add tonight?
No, I think everything is going well. Thank you for having a Zoom ability for me to be present. I appreciate it.
Thanks for being here. Hey, Jason's also here. Jason usually doesn't want to talk unless he has to.
I would like, but it's fine with us.
It's nice seeing you, Jason. Okay, anything else to come before this?
Well, I see we put Laura on this community services board. Maybe could we get like an update about what they're talking about or what they're doing? I know I've been to a couple of their meetings, but it's hard for me if it's right after school.
Sure. Yeah, I think the minutes are they're all public. I think they're all online, but we can certainly tell you.
Maybe just a brief update of whoever, what they're talking about.
Tonight or?
No, in the
In
future.
the future, okay.
Yeah.
You want me to email it to you, or do you want me to present it to you?
Either way, email it to us or you want to say something.
Okay. Anything else? Motion to adjourn?
Bloomer. Hobart.
Boomer, Hober, we are adjourned.
Thank you, Tanya. I'd like to call County Resources to order at 6:40. We have a few action items here to go through. Get right into it here. First one's the Greene County Legislature resolution in support of this December 2022 revised filtration avoidance determination. This is up on the mountaintop. We've reviewed this quite a few times in soil and water, and
I'll make the motion. That's my town.
Okay, I came down on behalf of Mountaintops Towns and you guys support this. We passed a similar resolution in my town, Delaware County, and also at the Mountaintop and Villages Mayors Association. It's an acknowledgement that we appreciate the effort that DOH, Department of Health, took our request to the table and made them part of the FAD. It made us a partner for the next 10 years, hopefully to get the purchase of the land that's going on, where they buy the land and hold it in forever.
Right.
So that we can manage our towns and sustain them. So if anyone has any questions for me, I'm here to answer them, but it's just less we get the bullet points from the Coalition of Towns resolution and what we did at Delaware County and the Mountaintop Supervisor and combined it into one. It's positive for the Mountaintop.
anybody got anything for Tom? Any questions? Thanks, Tom. I need a motion on this.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Second, Overbaugh. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed, so carried. Next one is approving the collective bargaining agreement with the Columbia Green Community College Faculty Association. I need a motion on this.
Rivera.
I'll second.
Second, Thornton, any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed, so carried. Next one is reappointing members of the Columbia Green Workforce Development Board.
Overbaugh.
Overbaugh and True. Any discussion on these? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. Anything else to come before County Resources this evening?
Motion to adjourn.
Overbaugh and Rivera, we are closed. Thank you.
Thanks, Tanya. Good evening, everybody. I'd like to call the Public Safety Committee to order at 6:43 p.m. There are 3 proposed action items, but before we get into there, we have Director of the 911 Center, John Farrell.
Good evening, everyone. One of the action items that you have tonight is to out-of-state travel for Neil Culliher to travel to Texas to attend the Tyler Connect User Conference. I have to say, it's got 3 major classes that he's signed up for, and also having the opportunity to sit with some of the leadership from Tyler, which is our CAD company, and also with some of the leaders that are on the same level as him. So I'm looking forward. This will be the first time that he was able to go out since 2019. And as you know, back then, we received an award from Tyler for the excellent job our dispatchers did with the equipment. But more important, Neil is a very, very intelligent young guy that takes very good care of our equipment in the backside. Second, few months ago, I had mentioned about the Columbia County Fire Coordinator and myself pushing to have BFO classes, the basic firefighter operation class be available in our schools. And we met with the leadership of Boise to discuss this opportunity. And the meeting was on a Zoom meeting, and we discussed where it would be held, obviously over in Greenport, in their facility, Route 66. The training would be in Columbia County Training Facility, which they just built last year. And the reason for that, it's only about 1.5 miles. And they have buses there all day long during the school hours. And we're looking, if it's approved, that it would take place in September of 24 to 25 calendar year. With that said, we also both, George and I, moved forward with a survey that I sent out to all the fire chiefs of Greene County. And so far I got 22% back asking questions. Do you have anybody that would fit the class in 1.5 years from now? Out of those classes, so far I have 10 students that are willing to sign up. The one concern that I have as I was moving into this was the two schools on the mountaintop, because they belong to another district out in Oneonta. And my answer came back that yes, there is a way, a mutual agreement between the two districts. So the students that may want to move forward into the fire service, they could. So with that, both Columbia County, Greene County fire coordinators were moving together. The first thing is to come up with a letter of need. And in your packet, I believe, there's a copy of my letter that I put together last week. And it was discussed that we would have the chair sign off along with the fire coordinator, as well as this works through the educational path. Also, let me just go over the letter quick. I mentioned in the letter there about, you know, over the last decade or so, we've been losing manpower. And if you look at what the state has just did with the 10% discount on your taxes and so forth, I think the pay per call has been taken off the governor's list as of last week. But I don't see too much trying to get the next generation in here. And having this opportunity to be available to our schools is getting those 16, 17-year-olds in our junior and senior years would be a great start. It's not the solution, but it's a great start. As you know, over the last couple of weeks, we've had some serious fires in the valley here. 10 companies responded to that call from Columbia, Ulster, and Greene. And last Friday afternoon, I went up to Hunter. We started bringing in Lexington, Hensonville, and Catskill. Every time there's an alarm, that's a sign that we need help. And this is certainly one way that I would like to move forward. The other thing, I was talking to George this afternoon from Columbia, perhaps completing a resolution along with the letter as well that would be put onto the application as it moves through the proper channels. So, do I have any questions on that particular request? to move forward with the letter.
Every fire company or district accepts a 16-year-old as an active member, you know?
I'm going to say probably not all. There are some, I don't know. I know there was one or two over the last 6 months that took in 14s. And, they finally have found out that it's not according to the law, but I believe 16 is the start. But I'm not sure whether every fire company in the town.
Have junior bylaws.
It would have to be in the bylaws. But the state does accept, 16 and up.
Right. Yeah, you could bring a member in as a junior member. They can do drills and training, stuff like that. Yeah, like an explorer program. Right.
But if I could get your permission to move forward, life would be good, good thing for all. Any other questions? Thank you very much.
And also with us this evening, we have Sheriff Kuzminski.
Good evening. All right, so this month we had 176 civil attempts, 101 civil paper served, issued 175 traffic tickets, investigated 18 traffic accidents, made 29 arrests and 1 DWI arrest. We had 457 calls for service, made 274 traffic stops. On March 1st, the starting jail population was 39. As of March 31st, it was 41. The high for the month being 43. Corrections officers did 35 transports, traveling 1,443 miles, totaling 37 hours, moving 35 inmates, and we have 1 state-ready inmate in our custody. We are involved in the planning for the concert in the Catskills, which will take place on June 24th at the historic point. The event is capped at 2,000 attendees, which could present some traffic and voting issues depending on the weather. As of now, they plan for their own on-site security. Catskill Police will be providing traffic control, and we will be handling all the matters on the river and creek. Our body camera policy has met national standards, and the initial rollout of body cameras to the road deputies is complete. Our community wellness director, Megan Rittinger, has been appointed to the board of the Greene County Addiction Coalition. Good thing, so she's fitting in well with the entities that she was hired to interact with. I also want to recognize the great work being done by our SROs. For example, I was at the Carroll Elementary School last month, and I was given a letter by Principal Stein commending SRO Espel and his K9 Mac. I won't read the entire letter, but in substance, they're thrilled with our program. Since Mac's arrival to the school, he's responded to 33 crisis situations, and he has de-escalated 100% of those students in those situations. This tremendously reduced the suspensions and parent pickups within that school. And with SRO Espel and K9 Mac's interventions, these students are able to remain in school and get the help and support they need. So it's a great program. Ulster County just picked up one. Albany County is picking up one. We started that, so it's a good thing to have. Thank you. And lastly, we're getting ready for the Sheriff's Summer Camp in July, and we still have 4 openings left. So if you know of any kids who wouldn't normally be able to go on vacation or attend a summer camp due to economic reasons, please reach out and let them know we have some positions available. 9 to 12. So I got, unless there's questions.
Where we with that whole email, I assume that's still in the works with the whole
Which
engineering for doing work in the house.
Scott Templeton provided the engineering estimate for the range.
The design.
The design.
Oh, yes, we were still evaluating the concretes and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I don't know them, they contract through highway apparently. And,
Okay.
and they said that whatever standards they would build would meet the criteria for that type of facility. And we can put it anywhere.
Okay, and then you had to have a separate contract on excavation of the, we haven't done that yet, we have a vendor.
No, we would have to get the plan first to get.
Then, why not, I'll try to bring it for next cycle.
Okay, that way we put on a resolution.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Sheriff, there was an email that went to probation on the DWI program, the impact panel. And in there, it said they had, came from Joe Stanzione, they had 75 people were ordered to attend the panel, 56 attended. What happens to the other 19?
Well, it's, again, it's up to the court. So the court would have to, and the TA would have to agree to either give them another opportunity or, yeah, depending on what the condition of them going to that panel was, which we don't.
So it just gets reported back to the
It
court.
gets reported back to the court.
There, okay.
So if it was a
Yeah, Alan's
condition,
not here, but you were here. So.
if it's a condition, then they'll have to go to work or get back to the proceeding. If it was, you know, part of a proposed plea, then they don't get the plea.
The normal state.
Yeah, well, it's like actually 75, well, that's a big number, you know, really, that's a lot of people not sitting in jail. That an alternative for that's to attend this meeting.
Interesting.
You see Tracy Quinn's picture on the front page of the Porcupine Press up in the state, the SRO program.
She was speaking about the school safety. That was the day that the legislature was putting on a press conference about school safety.
Yeah.
And they asked us, since we have one of the larger area SRO programs to
Great to
present.
Yeah.
It goes over very well. And those people are dedicated to doing their jobs for the kids.
Yeah, it's wonderful. I know there's kids in school that need a positive male role model. It's that is not just protection.
It's interesting because some of those kids will only talk to the SRO and
Yeah.
which is strange. And they're fitting in well with the school. They're integrating well. This K-9 MAC thing is just wasn't sure how it was going to go, but it's really doing well, and
And I
people
think
love it.
It's important in a society where police have not been getting the respect that is due them, and their people can become the police. I think it's really important that kids are bonding and having a relationship with a police officer and saying that, yes, this is your friend, it's not about. It's a great program.
Thank you for saying.
I wouldn't be surprised if some of those kids grow up to be cops.
There's a lot more interest in that. Espol also has a safety patrol program, and it's so big that they have a waiting list to get on. So
Great.
it's just a neat program. Yes.
Did you bring up any of the guidance counselors to the RSOs that with the sheriff's camp that they're looking to fill those vacancies? Maybe they know of somebody.
We did, yeah. And we send a notice out to every school district in the county. And we usually get a few from each one. Catskill, for some reason, we don't get a lot, even though we hit hard trying to get, because we know not most, but a lot of the children would not be able to go away, probably go to that district. So we'd like to make that available to them, but can't make them go, so. Thank you.
Anything else for the sheriff?
Thank you.
Thanks, Sharon. Okay, now into the proposed action items. Number one, authorizing out-of-state travel, Greene County Emergency Services, Neil Kelleher, 911 Systems Coordinator.
Handle.
Handle makes the motion. And a second. Davis, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. Number two, amending resolution number 120-23, appointing members to the Greene County Fire Advisory Board 2023. I'll make a motion in a second.
Davis.
Davis, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number three, budget amendment for insurance recovery for the Greene County Sheriff.
Handle.
Handle, I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. Anything else to come before Public Safety Committee?
Chairman, I see that Sean Hotel is here too. Is there any updates on EMS, mutual aid issues or the backup at the hospitals? What you're talking
The
about?
hospital transitions, they seem to be going a little smoother. They've rolled out throughout the region. They have a new app that we communicate instead of on the radio with the hospital. So they're getting much earlier notification from the scene as opposed to 5 or 10 minutes out from the hospitals. It helps them prepare a little bit sooner. You'll still get some surge times in the city hospitals where you may get a little extended wait times, but it's definitely on an improvement than it was 6 months ago. Still the occasional hiccup.
Good.
Otherwise, going pretty well.
No issues with mutual aid with the ambulances?
No, still seems to be working well with shifting things around. So I'm sure it'll get back into busy season again in about a month or so.
When would
We went through
the
the winter.
classes that we had, is there people in the classes for the basic life support?
Daytime class ended about, I want to say a month and a half ago. That one.
So they hit
What
the,
numbers they had, they had a few that
It
came
was
out.
8 or 9 finished the class. I would
Yeah,
say.
and then the night class just ended. I want to say 2 weeks ago, they did the test.
so they're getting their feet wet now?
So there, yeah, I think like Sean said, I think there was 8 or 9 total that went through it. So we'll see where they end up falling into which agencies they end up picking up with and stuff like that. Hopefully it's a good start to get that program.
Hope so. That's 8 people you didn't have. Good.
Those are funded by our contribution.
Yeah.
To Raymond Howard's organization.
All right. Anything else to come before public safety?
Motion to adjourn.
Candles makes the motion. I'll second. We are adjourned. Nothing else, Pat? No.
Can I make a,
Yeah, Ed?
say something? I have signed up for a regional rail response training. It's on Saturday, the 15th of this month. It's all day. It's an 8-hour, it's 8:30 to 4. It's free. We provide lunch. They're doing this all over the country. I sent an email in to see how many other openings they have. If anybody's interested in doing this, email me and I'll send you the link. I thought I was done with training, but
Never.
never.
And we'll adjourn tonight with wishing Legislator Davis a happy birthday tomorrow.
Happy birthday.
Take a break.
How old are you?
25 again.
Can we sing? Can we sing?
62. All right, thank you.
It's really good.